Hi guys, this is Ratchet Throw, and we are playing Criminal Case Traveling Time, Case 11, a Tudor murder. Let's unlock chapter 3 and there's a bunch of people going right to us and... We want justice. We want blood. Off with Henry's head! Good pieces! What seems to be the matter? Our queen's been murdered and we know it's King Henry who done her in. It's no wonder we're losing against the French with such a pig-headed brute on the throne. You people had better calm down because if King Henry hears you, it'll be your heads on the chopping block. And rest assured that whoever murdered Queen Catherine will be facing justice very soon. Katrina, it's clear the pieces are in an uproar. We need to find the Queen's skill before we have an uprising and more potential deaths on our hands. Yeah, death of them all. We know that the Queen frequented the Angry Lion Tavern, so let's look for more clues about her murder there. Okay. Okay, that's our musketeer with a message. Alright, we're gonna investigate the tavern again. By Anubis' fangs! This portrait of the Queen has been vandalized. Perhaps collecting the brown powder left on the painting will help uncover the perpetrator. And this book must belong to the Queen. Her initials are on it. We better unlock it. Also, I'm curious to know why someone tore up this document. Let's take it back together. Because the tensions are running high and our time is running low to solve the Queen's murder. So, what is it you always say? Let's do this. Yeah, I say let's do this. She got me. I say let's do this all the time. Alright, first we are gonna restore this. Sorry. This paper, whatever this is. Punishment. Oh. Punishment order for Dudley. Kadir, it's a punishment order for Dudley, the beggar we met. It says Dudley O'Hound's dispatch has been sentenced to 2 days in the stocks. By order of the Queen of England. So the Queen wanted Dudley put in the stocks? What did Dudley do to warrant such a terrible punishment? We better ask him. Yeah. Even if you do a little thing around here, they're just gonna go with stocks and beheading. And noose. Let's look at the brown powder from the defaced portrait of the Queen under the microscope, Katrina. Have you tried looking through the microscope? I'm just asking. Okay, let's unlock this book. Okay, what's in here? Katrina, this looks like the Queen's prayer book, but everything's written in Latin. You know how terrible I am at reading Latin. Let's ask Penelope to take a look at the book. Well, I'm also bad at Latin. Okay, 9 hours. Let's first analyze this powder before talking to Dudley. Hot cross bun crumbs. What? Katia, the powder we found on the vandalized portrait of the Queen was hot cross bun crumbs. Didn't that tavern owner mention making hot cross buns? So she was the one with the face of painting? But Agnes Manners claimed she loved Catherine. She better tell us the truth this time. Okay? Let's first talk to Dudley. God, Katrina, Ratty McRatface here is hungry. You ain't got any crumbs I can use him? No, sorry. I'm afraid not, but we do have your punishment order. Why did the Queen want you put in the stocks? I ain't got the slightest. All I did was tell her my cunning plan to make my fortune. You see, Becky's alright and all, but it was time for a career change. So I thought, why not offer advisement on peace affairs to the Queen? I followed Queen Catherine to the tavern so I could tell her all about becoming her peace and liaison officer. But instead of being impressed, she blew her top and decided to have me punished. Have you ever been put in the stocks, God, Katerina? I don't wish it on me, worst enemy. No, I don't know how that feels like. I bet it's exhausting if you are supposed to stand in it the whole day. Hello again, guys. Has the aroma of me delicious wild boar gravy lured you back into my tavern? Actually, it was your hot cross buns that lured us to this royal portrait you defaced. Why would you read the painting of a queen you claim to love? I did love Queen Cat, but she would have stuck the painting all the bleeding time. Suddenly, my tavern wasn't clean enough, my customers too smelly. All her bodies started putting off the regulars. The last straw was the day she screamed at me to get me leeches out of her sight. That's when I disfigured her painting in a rage. No one bleeding asked the Queen to come to me tavern. We was doing fine without her. Mr. Manners, we hope for your sake that your rage will lead you to disfigure the Queen herself. But it could be her. Let's see what's in this prayer book. Katrina, I heard you met an actual real-life musketeer. Is he dashing and brave and dreamy? I don't know what to say about him. Now that I think about it, he's definitely your type, Penelope. But we can talk about that later. For now, perhaps you could tell us about the Queen's prayer book. Oh, yes, sorry about that. The most intriguing thing I found in the book was a passage. Proverbs 23:27-28 from the Bible. It translates as, "A harlot lies in wait like a robber and increases the unfaithful among husbands." What's interesting is that the Queen circled the word harlot and wrote Ain's name next to it. This must be referring to Anne Boleyn. Wait, so if I understand correctly, the Queen was implying that Anne Boleyn was a prostitute making husbands cheat on their wives? Yes, and history does tell us that Henry was going to leave the Queen for Anne, so there could be a legitimate reason for this slanderous comparison. Katrina, we need another conversation with Lady Anne. Okay. Let's have a chat with her. You had better be quick, guards. I'm already late for my bloodletting appointment with the court physician. We shall take as long as we require, Lady Ain. Now, please tell us why the Queen thought you were making husbands unfaithful. How the devil do you know about that? Listen, that silly old hag had got it into her silly old head that I was smitten by King Henry and was trying to seduce him. Just because Henry and I recently enjoyed a super of roasted wild boar together while I played him the latest loop bell, this did not mean my bottoms healed for the ban. And what did you do when the Queen accused you of having relations with her husband? I denied it, obviously. How could she think I'd ever be interested in that hunting-obsessed simpleton? I'm far too sophisticated for him. Sophistic. It could be you, it could be you. Who's going to be? Katrina, without the Queen Catherine liked to mingle with the lower classes by visiting taverns and talking to beggars. But actually, she was as kind to them as it seemed. The Queen not only wanted Dudley put in the stocks after he tried to get her to employ him, but she also riled up Agnes Manners with her increasing complaints about her tavern. And she made enemies in her own palace too, including Anne Boleyn, who wasn't best pleased that Catherine suspected her of having carnal relations with the king. I agree that we are only a few steps away from uncovering who beat the Queen to death with a mace, so let's take one final look around the London street, Katrina. Yeah, we still haven't found a murder weapon. And her ear. Her missing ear. We found a murder weapon. Where's the padlock? Katrina, you found a morning star dripping in blood. Could it be our murder weapon? Let's get a sample of the gore left on it. But why did you pick up this foul-smelling bucket of food scraps? Oh, you want to look through it? Alright, let's get our hands dirty for the sake of our investigation, Katrina. Yeah, you didn't want to help me search through horse crap and dead mice, and now you're going to help me look through the food scraps. Alright, but before that, let's collect something from the mace. Oh, is that a tooth? Well, the wound was on the right side of her face, so it hit her here, and maybe it could have been that her teeth had fallen out, so like this. We'd better send that sample of blood and gore from the Morning Star to Tia right away, Katrina. That's right. Okay, now help you look through this. It will not be worse than horse crap. We found your ear, Van Gogh. Holy Faria! There was a human ear in the bucket of food slop. Janice told us the Queen was missing an ear. and the earring matches those our victim was wearing. This ear has got to be the Queen's. Let's send it straight to Theo. Okay. Let's first check the score. Guess what, Katria? The Tudors were really into archery, so Zara wants me and Kai to join her in taking some lessons. But what she doesn't know is that my mom enrolled me in archery classes when I was 5. A practically William Tell. Well, then I'm sure that Zara's going to be suitably impressed with your skills, Theo. Now, maybe you could impress us too by telling us if the gore from the Morning Star Katria found came from our victim. It did. That Morning Star is definitely a murder weapon. Excellent. And did the sample we sent you reveal anything about the killer? Well, as you know, your victim was blonde. However, I found strands of distinctly red hairs caught in the gore, which means your killer is a redhead. Good thing our killer's face will be as red as their hair when we catch them. That's right. FBI, open up. What about her ear? Katria, please warn me next time before you send me a human body part. I haven't got the stomach for it like Janice does. Sorry, Theo, but I hope the Queen's severed ear gave us some useful evidence to catch her killer. It did. I found traces of an ointment on the ear, which I identified as a blend of apple cider vinegar, onions, and honey. I shared the components of the ointment with Orlando, and he told me it was used in Tudor times to treat smallpox scars. The Queen never had smallpox, so her severed ear shows that it's your killer who is a survivor of this deadly disease and has the scars to show it. Well, our killer may have survived smallpox, but they are not going to survive getting arrested by us, Katrina. So it's either Ain or the bartender. Katrina, we now have enough evidence to pinpoint Catherine of Aragon's face-bashing murderer. So let's go arrest our Queen killer. Okay? It's not you. And we are surprised that you didn't kill her. It's not even the musketeer. Oh, she does have red hair. Again, somebody I didn't expect to kill. He was a bartender. I don't think I like what her punishment is going to be. Agnes Manners, you're under arrest for the murder of Queen Catherine of Aragon. Are you having a laugh? Miss Manners, the facts are as clear as day. We found a morning star you used to destroy the Queen's face, and it was covered with your red hair. I know I'm just a lowly tavern maid. It's easy to accuse the likes of me of murder. When you hit her, you ripped her right ear off. We discovered this ear in the street right outside your tavern. Care to explain how it got here? We also found a handkerchief you used to clean your hands of royal blood after you killed the Queen. But it wasn't able to clean away your guilt, was it? Oh, you got me, God, Katerina. I murdered Her Majesty, but I did it for England's sake. What? How would killing the Queen help England? Because Catherine were a dirty traitor. She would have secret meetings with the French musketeer in mid-tavern, whispering about the truth and such nonsense. God, Katrina lost 2 sons at the hands of French soldiers, and she was talking about forgiving them? My dead sons deserve more respect from their queen is what I told her when I made me hot cross bun delivery to the palace this morning. And then, I just knew what to do. I grabbed a morning star that were lying in the throne room and bashed her with it. Before dying, she denied plotting with that Frenchie. but I knew it were all lies. She were going to betray my boys who died for their country. In actual fact, the queen was not lying. She rejected the truce offer, so you killed her for nothing, and you'll have to explain that to the king. No! Anyone but King Henry. You should have killed. All you had to do was not kill. You piece of woman! How dare you murder one's wife? Only one person in the land has the right to have a queen murdered, and it is I, King Henry. Your Majesty, I know now I was wrong, but I done it because I thought the queen were betraying England. Even so, it wouldn't have been your business to sentence her to death. One shall have you tossed into the darkest dungeon in the Tower of London until one sees fit to deal with you. I was expecting him to sentence her to death. Katrina, I thought Cleopatra was bad, but King Henry is an even bigger tyrant. Yes, considering Atlas killed the Queen of England, I worry the king won't show much mercy. These are dangerous times, Katrina, and we must keep our wits about us if we are to survive. You're not wrong, I bet. And what's more, the Queen's untimely death shows that history continues to be derailed. In any case, Katrina, we came to the Renaissance to track down Leonardo da Vinci and fix our machine. So let's find him as fast as we can. That's right. We had lots of glitches now during this gameplay, and how is that going to affect the present? We'll see about that. A stroke of genius. Oh, that's what it's going to be called. Alright, we're gonna stop here. We're gonna continue playing in a stroke of genius number 1. So, thank you for watching. Don't leave a like to this video, and I'll see you again. Goodbye!